Okay, so we're doing this screen. It's not what I want. Okay, so we're doing this screen. It's not what I want. Okay, so we're doing this screen. It's not what I want. Okay, so we're doing this screen. Okay, I think I am okay now. Move this guy over here. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Test, test. Test, test. All right. Well, I can hear myself. Don't have to see me. That's not the important part. Awesome. Kemp, shout out to Kemp. Thanks for letting me know it works, man. Okay, let's get back into it, shall we? Well, let's just delete all this nonsense and start brand new. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my stream. This stream is sponsored by Knob Creek Whiskey and a good Monday night. If you don't know me on Twitter, my name's dgen_21 or Dennis. Feel free to call me Dennis. My YouTube channel kind of doxes me. In this video, well, the purpose of these streams, I'll be streaming every Monday night, is basically to add another level of documentation to my trading journey and my trading thoughts. Something to look back on, as I get older into my trading career. So Let's get started with Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. It does seem like we are experiencing a little pump. We're at 25, which is kind of interesting. So Bitcoin recently closed at 25,091 91 over this last week. A lot of people are calling for extremely bullish momentum, which is extremely possible. And you're looking at the charts right now. It's like, okay, well, you just see this bullish weekly candle close. Now you're looking at this candle pumping. It's looking good, right? One concern that I have, well, let's just mark out some levels first before I get into my concerns about this. We have our key swing high, our key swing low that we deviated, right? And then we have a mid-range, right? Always, I like to range trade. It just seems to be the way to go about things. A lot of successful traders that I follow seem to follow this method as well. And over time, my eyes have trained to just, oh, what the hell did I just do? Wow. Okay, just going to pretend like I just did something weird. Oh, weird. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, range trading seems to be a really good way to trade, especially when you're trading high time frame levels. Excuse the mess, guys. Be patient with me. This is my first stream. I am kind of nervous. It's my first time. I'm nervous. So just quickly mapping out our high time frame range. It does seem like we are approaching the range high at the moment, and we can kind of go into setups and things that I'm looking for. But so this is the range, right? We deviated this bottom here where everyone was shorting. We rallied into the year open, and now we mounted the mid range, which is great. Again, we can zoom in. Once we zoom into like the 4 hour, I'll show you another range that was formed here that we deviated to form this higher low to bring us higher, right? And price action is, holy crap, it's moving 25.1. Very interesting levels that we're experiencing right now. So going down to the 3-day time frame, or actually let's go back to the weekly time frame just to look at some momentum oscillators that I like to use. So typically when I'm trading or when I'm charting, I like to use, wait, you guys can't see the full screen. Let's do this. I want you guys to be able to see the numbers. There we go. Usually, oh, okay. Yeah, let me know if you guys can see the numbers on the side. That's pretty important. Usually when you're looking at the weekly time frame, I like to use the stochastic RSI a lot. I also use Market Cipher B quite a bit, which is basically like a bougie stochastic RSI. Before I break down Market Cipher B on the weekly time frame, all I want to say is like look at during the bear market, every time we've been at the highs, it's followed by a move down. It doesn't have to be an aggressive move down necessarily. Like right here when we entered this range, we kind of just chilled up here for quite a bit. But we're at that level again, right? And that doesn't mean that we can't just go higher. And we'll break down the bullish case and we'll break down the bearish case as well. So that's the weekly time frame, and same thing with the 3-day time frame. The stochastic RSI is getting up there, right? She's trying to curl back up, but she's still at that oversold level. Oversold level. Is that oversold or overbought? No, overbought level. And usually, again, time and time again, you see where it gets to that point, we roll over, price action deviates. And one thing I also want to point out is that these moves here, right, this aggressive move up is not a efficient move, right? Typically, when price action moves, you have your high, your lower high, your higher high, your lower high, and so on, right? That's efficient price action. Normally, what the fuck? Why does it do that? Normally, when you just get a move straight up, it's normally followed by a move straight down to fill this gap, right? It's not efficient. Okay, I gotta stop doing that. I guess my commands are off. So that's something to keep in mind as well, which is why I think it's possible, if this is indeed a range that that we're going to respect at the highs right now. It's more likely than not that we do fill in this imbalance here at the bottom. So that's something that you should definitely keep your eyes on. That's something that I'm watching for personally, just because I'm not sure, right? But then to the other scenario as well, like technically this is an imbalance. This is an imbalance, right? It was mitigated, it was filled kind of, but we still could, zip up here, right? And then, if we bring out a high time frame volume profile, just to measure volume, again, this is on Bybit, so I prefer to have it on Binance, but you'll see that there's not a lot of volume above 25.3. Once you above 25.3, price action can easily zip up to the next high volume area, which brings us to that 28,000 level. If and when price action did do that, we have a lot of resistance up here, and that's where I would look for, if we manage to hold this range high as support and come back up, this is kind of where I think Bitcoin stagnates. Earlier this or later last week, we did talk about a very bullish scenario in the SAMO Discord that would mimic the 2017 Bitcoin bottom, which was a lot like, excuse my lines, looks like a lot like this situation here, right, where we had our cup bottom and then we just kind of rallied into a high time frame area of resistance and then fell back. That's totally possible, sure. However, I don't subscribe to that idea just yet. I do think that we need to fill these imbalances before we can go higher. I'm not saying that it happens tomorrow. I think this move from basically the beginning of January to where we are now took some time to develop, especially between the end of January and the beginning of February. So we could just consolidate back at like 23.4 just by eyeballing it. But anyways, if I were to pull out like a fractal real quick, again, I'm not going to make it look super pretty, but it kind of mimics this a little bit, right? Where you have like a rounded bottom and you have this like aggressive move up. And that would bring us essentially to this $28,000 level, right? And then we kind of go down, consolidate, and then COVID 2020 happens. But if I go back to my normal chart, the scenario that I think is possible and more likely, I don't want to say likely. If it happens, if we go up and support actually is mounted, then so be it. The range high is mounted as support, then cool. If not, then we'll make the most of it. So looking at the daily time frame again, another thing that's keeping me a little hesitant is that we're approaching a high time frame area of resistance, and the stochastic RSI is sitting at overbought levels. Market cipher B, money flow is really good right now. However, it looks like we're gonna print a red dot soon. What I do like about the money flow is that it's possible that price action takes out some liquidity up here, gets back inside, maybe consolidates to go higher. That could easily happen, or the opposite happens where price action takes out this liquidity at 25.2 pretty quickly, gets back inside, and then we literally just come back to the mid-range and then fill out all this inefficiency before potentially coming back up. Because this could be the chop area that we sit in for the year, or at least towards the end of the year until the macro situation gets better. We do have the Fed minutes coming out on Wednesday, so I would assume that volatility will come once the market has more clarity on how Jerome Powell feels about either saving this market or wrecking it. And unfortunately, I stand by the statement, Bitcoin remains a liquidity play on macro. If macro is doing well, Bitcoin does well. If macro is doing poorly, Bitcoin does poorly. So let's just map out a range that Bitcoin was respecting before we ran up to 25K, just to show the importance of range trading. Let's remember that we have this 3-day range, this weekly range that we've chilled under. We had this deviation, If you zoom into the 4-hour time frame, we had something extremely similar, right? We had our range high, right? Let's just say something like this is your range high. Boom. You know, if you wouldn't have known, you know, at that point, that your key swing high would become this, but when this high happened, you would have mapped out the range this way, right? Where these two lines, one's right here, one's right here, right? But then once you got a deviation of the range, you could have easily just been like, all right, well, this is my new range. I would have moved it here. My mid-range is right here, right? My old range high, something like this is what I would look for. And then we had this deviation. So if I were to just extend these lines over, look what happens, right? Very similar look to how the macro range looks, right? Where we have this weird double bottom kind of deviation that zipped up very quickly and took out all these short stops, right? And then, you know, what you had after that was, okay, you have a high time frame area of resistance, right? 25.2 basically sitting, and we got a quick rejection off of it. Late shorts piled in, maybe playing the same range, got wrecked, and now we're doing some sort of baloney up here. One thing that I do want to keep in mind is that, look, if 25.2 is indeed the high, what I really want to see on the 4-hour time frame is I want to see this high taken out, or at least I want to see this new high taken out right here at 25.3 essentially. Yeah, 25.2, 25.3, right? So what I want to see is this. I want to see price action come up, take out this liquidity up here, come back inside, and you could play a relatively safe short like this, high, stop above the high. You could even play the high time frame level, and then you trade it back to, you know, either the range, old range high, the mid range, depending on who you are and your trading style. But this is where I would look to trade it back to 23.5, assuming that happens. Now, if you see price action come back inside or come above like this, right? Come above. Maybe it chops around here, comes, that's a bad sign, right? Keep your stop tight or cut the trade. This is now 25.2 is now holding as support, and we want to get out of there yesterday, right? Not fun. You don't want to be on that side of things. Looking at my indicators now too, I do think, you know, the 4 hours starting to look like it's headed up. It wants to roll over, but I've seen it before where a lot of traders will will use this indicator as a signal to, oh, it's up, you know, it's getting close to overbought levels. It's time to go short. It's done. It's zero, going to zero. Let's go all in on the short. Well, price action does whatever it wants, man. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, look at where the stochastic RSI is. It's curling up, right? Now what? I've been burned before for shorting a 4 hour that looks like it's going to curl over, but the 1 hour time frame says, nah, dude, we're just getting started. You know, then you're stuck holding, you know, if either you cut the trade, you go short higher, or you get stopped out, and now you're mad at yourself because you preemptively took a short on a 4 hour time frame when your entries actually happen on the 1 hour time frame. And even if I were to go to the 1 hour time frame, look at this range that we're in right now, right? So this is exactly what I was talking about off the 4 hour, right? Here's your range low, there's your range high, here's your mid range, right? Boom. Right? So then, that being said, it's like, all right, well, I actually want to see this liquidity taken out, right? I want to see this high taken out, like this. Come back inside, short, stop above the short, trade to the mid range, right? You start seeing some weird consolidation BS. All right, maybe you cut and you take profits. Maybe it comes back up, and maybe that's where it's like, all right, time to get out. Or we trade to the range low, and then, you know, something like that. Or we just freaking nuke, right? And then we take out this inefficiency. You know, we enter this old range that we were in, right? That we deviated, and, you know, price action continues. And then when you zoom out to the 4 hour time frame, you're sitting pretty, right? If we just go back to this 4 hour, it's like, oh, look at that. That would be a nice, pretty trade if you got in up here. You know, the risk to reward's pretty nice, assuming the stop is, you know, I mean, this is a 7.5, 6.5, 6.76 R trade to the low, 3.24 R trade to the mid. And if you really want to be balls and you trade it to the old range deviation low, I mean, you're talking about a 15 R trade. Now, if you want to hold it for that long, that's entirely up to you. I mean, we're here in the market to make money. We're not here to lose money. So, but losing does happen. Speaking from experience, unfortunately. It happens to the best of us, man. Oh my God, what is wrong with my keys? How do I undo that? It's like my Command Z is messed up, so. Alright, whatever. Boom. Don't need you anyways. Alright. So, any questions so far? Let me know if that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm watching for. Oh my God, I'm gonna keep my lines there. No questions. Anybody in here anyways? I don't even know. I can't even tell. Let's see. Cool. Definitely tedious. Yeah, dude. Shout out to Keem from the Samo Discord. One of the G's for sure. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm seeing Bitcoin, honestly, and I'm just going to leave these lines on here because I like this setup quite a bit. Again, looking at the daily time frame, if this is indeed a deviation of the range high, I would be very careful longing, right? It would make a lot of sense for a lot of longs to get trapped up here above 25.2 and then go lower. Now, if I were to flip this thing upside down, right, and I would just have to ask you, what's the risk to reward for shorting this, right? Like, okay, well, even if it's like, oh, I mean, well, in this case, I'd have to use a long, but like, let's think about it this way, right? If you're shorting this, let's just say your stop's here, you're gonna short the range low, right? How do you know this isn't a double bottom, right? How do you know price action can't do this and get you wrecked, right? Unless you have really good invalidation, you're risking too much at this point. Like the R is not in your favor. But now, if it does indeed, you know, break out like I mentioned before, now 25.2 becomes support. Boom, baby, go long, and I'll join you guys on that one because that's going to be an easy long. Because look at this inefficiency that we have here. That it'll run. If Bitcoin can hold 25.2 as support and actually hold it as support, 28,000 can come pretty quickly. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't think so. The way the stochastic RSI is looking on the daily, on the 4 hour, it's looking like it wants to go lower, you know. So that's Bitcoin. We can go to Ethereum. Ethereum's looking pretty similar. As per usual. I'll just delete my lines. We'll do some high time frame. Just basically break everything down. This is the range that I have set for Ethereum right now. So range high sitting at 1779, mid range sitting at 1426, range low sitting at 1077. Again, same thing with Bitcoin, stochastic RSI sitting up there, approaching a high time frame area of resistance. Going to the daily time frame, what I really want to make note of is look at how key of a level 1779 is, right? Doesn't mean we can't break past it, but it's like, look how many times price action has just either hung around it. Look, I mean, price action literally chilled at this level for 13 days before just nuking, right? And creating that new low, which is essentially creating a range. Doesn't mean we can't go up to 2,000. You know, it would. 2,000 is a psychological level. I don't know if we'll see it. You know, if Bitcoin actually does decide to turn over, but it's very possible. So essentially, what I want to see with ETH, if I were to zoom in again, stochastic RSI up there, market cipher B, money flow's looking good, but at the same time, like money flow could easily start curling over, right? money flow could do something like this. By the middle of March, we could be sitting at lower prices, assuming money flow starts decreasing. And money flow is just like a sign of volume. I'm not really sure how it's tracked. I just know that when money flow starts to flip from red to green on a higher time frame, that's pretty bullish. When money flow starts to flip from green to red on lower time frames, it's pretty bearish. So it seems that we are stuck in this range here for Ethereum. This is a pretty decent range on the daily time frame. Something like this is kind of what I would look for. And then, I mean, here is probably the level I would eye. Right, something like that. Right, more touches. So it seems like we're outside of our immediate range. Now, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, we get more information. Right, either price action either does one or two things. Right, we come up, we tag our high time frame. We tag our high time frame range high, which is very possible because this could be another range that we're sitting in, right? This range high seems to be holding pretty well as support, but price action could come down to 1632 before I get extremely concerned, right? Before a high is in place, right? Because look at this. Because one thing you have to keep in mind with price action is that there's always a range at play. And I learned that I kind of became obsessed with the likes of Trader XO and Trader SZ. If you guys don't follow them, you guys got to tune into their content. They have really good content that you should just start watching it. You'll learn a lot about range trading, and you'll learn, and they provide really good content. Ironically enough, this old range high seems to be something close to the mid range, right? Give or take. So then what I would do here is, okay, well, here's my scenario. We get back here. I don't really want to be shorting into this, right? This little area. We lose this mid-range. It's totally possible for price action to come down lower and then do something like this, and then we nuke, right? Totally possible. Totally possible. Because look. Well, this liquidity was taken. So we have this liquidity up here, right? Doesn't have to happen. And I actually, how does it do this? Gotta stop. So I'll keep pressing Command Z, and apparently that's not working for me right now. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm sorry if that's bugging you. Bear with me. It's my first time. But yeah, so that's kind of what I would look for Ethereum. Ideally, that 1779 level, I'd love for it to get tagged. Doesn't have to, but I would love for it to get tagged. Zooming on the 1 hour, yeah, this seems to be more of a 1 hour range that I just mapped out. And this is a range that I would look for when I'm looking for my entries, right? I love to use high time frame levels, go to the 4 hour, chart up the 4 hour from time to time at these high levels, and then when I actually care to enter trades, I go to the 1 hour. At most, I'll watch the 30-minute. I try not to watch the 5-minute because that just gives me anxiety, and I'm not about that life. Not about that life. Quickly moving on to Solana. Solana, my dear friend, is again, same thing. It's all in a range, right? It's all just been waiting to do something. However, Solana has a very interesting trend line that I don't usually use trend lines very much. I use trend lines as kind of confluence, but this is pretty clear of a trend line. Obviously, if we break on, personally, it'd be a quick shot to $44. Why do I say that? Because we have this range here, right? Or if not 44, 37, right? This could just be, we have two ranges, right? Two high time frame ranges. We have our deviation low, right? We're sitting at resistance. Came down, boom, higher high. All we gotta do is print a higher high, and it's over. What I don't like to see, again, very similarly, again, I feel like I'm being repetitive, but these are my indicators, guys. I respect them, especially when they're approaching high time frame levels of resistance. Stochastic RSI is too high for me to be buying here, at least spot, right? So let's just zoom into the daily. The daily time frame, this is the level, this is the range that I'm really eyeing on Solana from a daily standpoint. What's funny about this range is that I shorted this level here, like 22 to 20.6. I was FOMO trading. Don't FOMO trade. It's bad news bears. But I was FOMO trading, and I got a little nervous because once we go to the 4 hour, you'll see that there was a range that started to form, and this is not what you want to see when you're short from here. You're like, oh shit, this is not good, because back then, and I'll just show you guys, and look, we're at the range high. Right? Doesn't mean we can't go lower or higher, right? So if we zoom out, I'll just show you guys an example of what I was experiencing. So I was a little scared. I was a little puppy dog. So I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a range. Awesome. I love it. We just lost the mid range. I don't like playing the mid range on the 4 hour. I mean my dumb rules, even though I should have played the mid range. And now look what happens. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, go short. We're gonna fill this entire imbalance. It's over. Solana's going to $2. Wait. Time out. I don't know if Solana's going to $2 anymore. Chill. And then boom. Big Daddy, get wrecked, right? Because we still have liquidity up here. And it was funny because I remember sitting at these lows watching my trade going, well, you know what? I can keep this open. It's going to come up here on 22 and reject, right? I was thinking, oh, this is a potential scenario for sure, right? It's not going to reclaim the range. It's over. Why? It needs to fill in the imbalance, right? Well, guess what? Price action does whatever it wants. What did price action do? Come out and eat all this liquidity with one big candle. I think that was like a 15% day on Solana, right? So then now, look, this is a deviation of the range. And once liquidity gets filled, I've noticed that you can almost just do this, right? Use the range low. Obviously let price action prove you right. But look, right now, let's fast forward, right? Range high, let's see if it respects it. Came down, try to touch the mid-range. Oh, broke down the mid-range. Came back up, deviated it. Look, we're chilling between 23 and 25. Boom. Deviation, get back inside, short. Right? And now look where we are. Right, so then this spot right here, hold on. This spot right here is exactly where you get confirmation that your range is valid. Right? Because you're like, okay, we deviated the range low, came back inside. This is a safe long, right? Entry here, stop below here. Right? And I'm not perfect. I didn't take this trade, right? But it just, looking back on it, studying price action this way allows you to develop the thoughts to then take action eventually. So then now you're like, oh, cool, this is great. This is a great, 7.6 hour trade. The range is wide, right? This is great. Keep going. Right? Oh, well, I got wrecked. Or hopefully you took profit, And then you go back in again because the range is still valid at the mid-range. And now look where we are. Right? So then you ask yourself, okay, well, Dennis, what are you going to do here? Well, my dear friends, I'm still watching Bitcoin. And Solana could easily come down to this level, what I want to see, this level, and do this. Boom, right? Wipe out this liquidity, right? Now, it's very possible that price action even comes up to, yeah, it's very possible. We took out this 24, price action could come eat this level up here at 31, right? But where does that bring us, right? That's a complete breakout of this trend. It's very important that Solana respects this trend to the downside, Because if it remains range bound, at some point the range is going to break. Right? At some point the range is going to break. So that's what I want to see from Sol. Again, stochastic RSI curling over, market cipher beat. This is what has me concerned for the short trade. Look at how high the money flow is, right? Money flow wasn't this high, was this high last time we started going up pretty aggressively, right? Same thing down here. That's like that kind of irks me a little bit. I don't necessarily want to be shorting into that kind of momentum. So again, your risk to reward, if you would have taken this trade, fine, you're good. I mean, you wait for price action to come above, get back inside, short, stop probably at entry at this point, and then you just wait for price action to develop, right? I mean, it's 9 o'clock my time, so then maybe you wait a little bit. Or maybe you put your stop to entry and you call it a night, right? Let's move on to Phantom. Phantom sitting at the 0.5 fib right now. Pretty interesting levels for me. I mean, personally, I think there is a chance that we do touch this underside retest, underside area of resistance. Well, old support, new resistance. But that would mean, I mean, if Bitcoin can move aggressively, Phantom will, double that. So that would be pretty insane to see. However, this level here at 58 cents has been pretty key for Phantom. And from a structural standpoint, this does look like a higher low. So it's definitely possible, but something to keep in mind as well. I don't know if I have any setups on Phantom personally right now, other than a potential long. Because look at the stochastic RSI, and this is what's weird to me about Phantom and like Bitcoin. Because look at the stochastic RSI, right? Phantom looks like it wants to freaking move, dude. Like, simple trend breakout. Sure, maybe you trap normies, maybe you don't. I mean, if you were going to draw a range, this is the range I would draw here on Phantom, right? Technically, we're sitting at the range low on the 4-hour time frame, right? RSI, stochastic RSI on the 4-hour sitting at lows, dude. Money flow coming in. Red money flow is getting dried up. Doesn't have to happen, but man, the risk to reward for shorting right now, personally on Phantom, I don't know why it looks this way, but it's throwing me off. I don't like it. I would much rather do this. Stop below the low, trade to the mid-range, right? 1.67 R, potentially 3.67 R. Right? This trade makes more sense to me than going short right now. Or we just reject off the mid-range again, right? This is a 3-day mid-range that we're at. Seems like we consolidate. We rejected once, rejected twice, dumped, right? Maybe you wait for the mid-range to come again, and then you reject. But yeah, this is weird to me. 1-hour time frame, getting up there. So, and that being said, when you zoom in, here's your 1-hour range. Right, you have your range high right here. Make it a little like an orange color that we were using before. You have your range low. And then you got your mid, right? And this is where you get your. I mean, you can try to scalp this too. I mean, this is a scalpable range right now, right? But, if you're going to go long, now's the time. Or I guess for a 4-hour time frame, now would be the time. You want to go short, I would personally wait. I want to see a reclaim of 52 to go long, and then to go short, just reject and then go lower, fill in this low down here. Boom. That's what I want to see personally. We'll see what happens. Optimism. Oh, waiting on Samo, sir? I got you, bro. Samuel's coming, bro. Should I just skip? Hey, Victors, if you just want me to skip all these coins, I can just do Samuel right now, bro. Throw me a yeah in the chat. Throw me a yeah in the chat and I'll just do it. Me and my Samo. Ayo, G. True. I gotta get better at reading chats. My bad, guys. My bad. Definitely tedious. Let's see what's going on in the Samo Discord. Yeah, and let me know if you guys want to see me do TA on any coin. Again, I'll be doing this Mondays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays, I'm just going to do like fundamental analysis TA. I've got some projects that I really enjoy doing research on that I've been following for a while that I think, you know, have the potential to do a lot of people a lot of favors over the next bull market. So, yeah. So Mondays and Wednesdays will be for me. Hell yeah. AOG. What time is it for you guys over there? Assuming you guys are out of the States, unless you guys are in the States. It's 9:17 p.m. for me. Hopefully it's not too late for you guys over there. But I guess I'll just skip to Samo. We can talk about other altcoins in a bit. Man, okay. Oh baby. Oh baby. Samo. Alright. So let's just delete all this nonsense, right? 12 p.m. 12 p.m. AU. Oh dang. Fellow Aussie. That's dope. That's dope, bro. It's like 19 degrees Fahrenheit here. What is that? 19 degrees. Yeah, negative. What does it say? -7 degrees Celsius over here, bro. I'm sorry for me. Anyways, all right. So looking at Samo, this is honestly like I like this. I like how Samo's looking right now personally. Because look at this. We've had 98 days of what seems like chop, right? We formed this first range. We formed this first range. And then we mounted it. We formed this first range and we mount I cannot tell you how important that is, right? Formed this first range, and then we mounted it only to create another range. Right? And arguably this is that range. Can go up here. We're still sitting at the lows. Doesn't know what it wants to do with itself. Again, my concern is that the stochastic RSI on the weekly is sitting up here, high like this. Although price action is more important to me, it's still concerning. Still concerning. Not enough data really for market Hyper B to give me anything insightful, but let me see. What is this? My chat's not uploading. But ooh. Dang, I think I just lost my chat. I did not mean to do that. How do I get it back? Ah, shit. Bummer. Chat. Okay, got it back. Dang, my messages aren't loading. Samo TARN. Why can't I scroll? It's Sam G. Oh, here we go. It's Sam G. Anyways, back to the TA. Again, we created a range, mounted it, and now we're forming another range, and price action seems to be wanting to go high, right? Another key level that we're holding pretty strong is that 0.004. Super, super key, right? And when we zoom into the daily time frame, it looks really good. You know, we have our range, right? Arguably, this is the key level that we want to hold, right? Some might say, well, Dennis, this is your range, isn't it? Well, if that's the case, this doesn't look very good, right? You want price action to come down. And honestly, like, let's keep it a buck. the daily time frame is sitting at this low or at the high, right? And it looks like we want to get across. And this personally, although I want Samo to go higher, I want Samo to fill, go to 0.0009. We need to get above 0.005. 0.005 is that dude right now. It's punching us in the face and it's not doing us any justice. I marked out a range down here. It goes like this, right? Where I go, look guys, we need to, oh no, I think it was like this or something. Something like this. I think this was the range, right? We need to get above this level. I saw us being down here. I bought spot long. I went spot lock on Samo. But I don't like the fact that the daily time frame sitting up here. Let's zoom into the 4 hour. What has me bullish but still concerned is that this honestly looks like a deviation to me. And I was thinking about that earlier, right? We were talking about setups today where you wait for the deviation, get back inside, and you short, right? The thing that had me bullish was the stochastic RSI curling up. If that thing starts to curl over, dude, it's over. It's over. And I'm sorry, it's over. Because this thing's going to come back down and I close my position probably at the mid-range, right? Like this. But it'll come quickly. Right? But I'm still, and the reason I went spot long on Samo, not because I'm not bullish on it over the long term, over the next cycle. I'm very bullish on Samo. I believe in everything that the community is doing. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a bet on the fact that memes are going to run to signify a top into the market. And usually that happens. Doesn't seem like it wants to happen right now because Doge doesn't even look that bullish last I looked at it. But what has me kind of interested is that money flow looks pretty nice on the 4 hour. On the 12 hour, not so much. And we just printed a red dot on the 12 hour, so that's not looking that great. But we need to reclaim that level, right? Let's zoom into the 1 hour. The 1 hour, same thing. Look, we're stuck here, right? We're stuck in this range for the 1 hour. Watch. Range low at 0.0047. Range high basically is 0.005, and we can't get up there. We're not getting up there, right? Because I would call this your deviation, right? And now look, we're stuck, essentially stuck, right? And we lost the 1 hour mid range. That's your range for Samo. We need to get back inside. What I do like on the lower time frame for Samo is that we are respecting trend, right? We're holding this trend line. Hopefully it's not too confusing by any means, but that's what I like, right? But we need to get above that blah 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 blah. We need to get above that 0.005 level. Otherwise, it ain't looking pretty, my boy. It ain't looking pretty, right? But I will say, the more times we test resistance, the weaker it gets. And that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see, right? You go to the 1 hour time frame. RSI looks like it wants to curl up, so that's bullish. I like that. I like that. Any other time frames or any other charts that you guys want to look at? I've been on for probably, I don't know, an hour. Yeah. Don't know if you've seen me in Discord. Oh, Sam G. That's what you meant. Sam G. Oh, Sam G. Yeah, what up, dude? I know you. Okay. Don't know. Yeah, I have. What up, Sam G? Thanks for tuning in, man. I really appreciate it. It's dope. Hopefully you enjoyed the content, man. I mean, it'll get better as I do it more often, but I've been procrastinating, or not procrastinating. I've been putting this off for way too long, and I don't know. I spend so much time looking at the charts. I figured I might as well talk about it. So yeah, man, good to see you. Geez, really? What do you mean by geez, really, bro? I think there might be a lag that I have to get used to. Uh, Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling about Samwell. I'm still in my position. I don't think I'm going to close it um, until we get a significant break. But again, if I was trading a range, this is we need to get above this level, man. We need to get above this level. So Samwell isn't big chilling. I mean, it's possible that it is, man. It's just we need to get above that 0.005, right? It needs to happen, and it needs to happen soon. Because look at this. Look at the range. Don't fade the range. Don't even matter how you draw it, right? If this is your range, we've lost the mid-range, right? This is your range, we lost the quarter. Or the 70, where is it? Seven five, right? I mean, we haven't really lost it yet, but yeah, man. I mean, we need to break above 0.005. That's my take. That's full stop. That's what needs to happen for us to really, really make that move up. Personally, is how I'm looking at the charts right now. Yes, sir. Near is another one that I was kind of looking at too. Near's range is kind of interesting to me. Although it does look like it wants to go higher, but this 4 hour is looking bummy. This range is beautiful because it looks like just like Solana's, but I think we could still touch this 289 level that I have marked up here. All right, get a proper underside retest of this area. All right, take out this liquidity up here, and then nuke. Yeah, Samo isn't big chilling. How about DYDX? What do I have drawn for DYDX? Lord. All good. It's perfect time for AU. Yeah, man. Of course, bro. Yeah, you're probably working or something. I need to go visit. Or it's nice as hell out there. A lot of things that can kill you, though, from what I hear. Yeah, so DYDX also kind of looking pretty bullish. I mean, DYDX is looking a lot like Phantom, right? Like, Phantom's already making a move. I don't know why Phantom's so bullish. I mean, Phantom could literally go lower, too, which is the funny part. Like, Phantom could come down to this area, fill in this imbalance, come down to here. Because this is a 618 level, right? So either we come up, we break out, or we just go lower and we come down here, and this is where you want to go long. Take out this wick. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing the charts right now, guys. My key areas of interest, personally, are Solana, because I really like the range that Solana's in. Like, here's my sniper range. I'll show you guys how I draw my sniper range. Da-da-da-dee. My sniper ranges are always in red. Alright, but look at this. Look at all this liquidity buildup right here. Ooh, look at that juice. Boom, come up, get back inside, short, stop above, ding. Or be more conservative, get back inside, short, stop above here, guah, 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 come back down. That's the big trade I'm looking for, personally, on Solana. I don't like where we are at right now for Sol. Let's see what the 12 and 22 do. Well, I don't look that great. Something interesting here. Yeah, 2 standard deviations away. Very nice. Oh, geez, really was your weather. Oh yeah, man. It's cold here. I live in Minnesota. We're in the middle of winter. Um, but you know what's funny though? Our winter got like a 2 week break. It was really nice outside for probably 2 weeks. And my 25th birthday is on Saturday. I was really hoping that I would go my first birthday in probably a decade without snow on the ground. And guess what? It snowed today. So that's how my day is going. But yeah, man, that's kind of how I'm looking at the charts. Um, Thanks for tuning in. You too, whoever was in here. Sam G, AOG, thanks for tuning in. Victors, hopefully you were able to tune into the Samo TA. If not, I got you next time, dude. Um, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll be doing this again every Monday, and I'll be posting on my Twitter. Give my Twitter a follow if you find what I do interesting. Again, trading's a passion of mine. I like it a lot. It's fun for me. It's entertaining. Keeps my mind going. But all right, man. Like and subscribe, I guess. No, but seriously, like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And comment something that you found interesting. Really appreciate it. There's a huge delay, by the way. What the fuck? Okay, we'll figure out the huge delay. We'll figure out the... I will... Let's go. Who just hopped in, man? A? Dude, I'm literally about to log off. You want me to do any TA for you, man, before I go? I think sounds like there's a lag. Let me figure that out. What's up, A? Oh, is that Archie? Huh. Oh, Archie, bro. What up, dude? You know, we out here making charts make sense. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm getting kind of tired. I really hope my entries don't get ruined, because I think I'm going to be able to get a good soul entry come tomorrow morning. 14 o'clock. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Yeah, dude, I think. Yeah, by 7 a.m., 5 to 7 a.m., we should be seeing, this range can hold, we should be seeing some highs, some moves. Dang. Asia Sessions is going to take us. That's the one that's going to take us. That's crazy. I'm dead. I'll call you, brother. All right, man. Give me a call. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.